What's up, T3 and everybody out there? Today we've got something real special for you guys. We're going to be doing a test on all the subcompact weapons that I could get a hold of. Some of these were on loan thanks to Griffin Motors. We have a Taurus, we have the P365, we have the Glock 43, we've got a custom Glock 43 by Gunshot Residue, and we also have the new Glock 48. Now, today we have Miss Kathy Funderburg. She is here. This is what, your third time shooting with us? She's been to our basic class. She's come out and practiced a few times, which I think is really great, and I think all our alumni ought to do that. And so today she's going to be our guinea pig. She's going to be trying these guns out and just giving you the input. I had people that say, we know you're going to shoot every gun great. That's not really telling me anything. What would a new shooter think about that gun? So today that's exactly what we have. We have a new shooter for us. Again, today at the lowest price point, this is the Taurus Millennium G2. This is by Taurus Manufacturing. It has some pretty tough, rough texturing. I like the texturing. It gives me index points for my thumb and my fingers, so all my grip will fit on there as it should. This does have a safety for those of you that want a safety. We are not going to be using it for this demonstration. If you don't want the safety, you can just leave it off and shoot it just like a Glock. So right now I'm going to hand it to Miss Kathy. The way we encourage at T3 that you hand a weapon to another person is to lock it open, and that way they know this weapon is not hot, and then she can take it by the grip just as she should. So right now she's looking it over. What do you think about the grip texture?
It's good. It's not too rough. It's good.
Okay.
Not too thick.
Okay. You like the slimness of it, the profile of the grip?
I actually do. It's not too thick, not too thin.
And you know, for $219, I was just looking on the internet, and for about $220 is about the average cost that I've seen. Throw it up, Miss Kathy, and see how it points for you. Are the sights aligned when you throw it up?
Oh yes, they're aligned well.
Okay. It has an adjustable rear sight. I just noticed that. I don't know all the details on these things, guys. You can look them up on the internet if you're interested. It comes with 2 magazines. They are steel magazines. So I'm going to ask Miss Kathy to load the gun. She's going to walk up to the target. We're at 3 yards, and she's just going to put 5 rounds through it. Okay?
Okay. 5.
Notice she racked it. She pushed with this hand. She pulled with this hand. Miss Kathy, just take your time. Put 5 rounds on your pace, and you're shooting for the center of an IDPA circle target. Squeeze through it. It's a little spongy on the trigger.
It is.
Perfect, dead center. Just take your time and squeeze it. Don't anticipate the trigger, and just squeeze it. One more shot. Focus on your trigger. Perfect. Wow, that's amazing. I'm not going to shoot it because I can't outshoot Miss Kathy with this one. She just put 3 just about in one hole. The next gun on the table, it comes with an 8-round mag and a 7-round mag. So one mag will have the short base. We're not using that today. We're using the 8-round mag because that's going to give her the better grip, the longer grip with that base mag. I'll let her load it so you guys can see her load it. You guys hopefully will see which one's easier or harder to load for her. It does, much like the Taurus, it has the texturing. It is not as rough as the other one. The safety works real good. It doesn't move at all when you have the safety. The trigger doesn't move at all, so I really like that. And the scalloping on the back is just on the rear, and it's none on the front. Some people think that's important, so I'll point that out. See how it feels to you. Whatever comments you want to make about it.
So this feels a little wider.
It does feel wider?
Well, longer.
Oh, okay, I got you. So in the lengthwise, she feels like it's longer. Now that may help you adjust the fit if you have longer fingers. We have a lot of men that really like this gun. A lot of women usually like the Glock 43 through our classes, but this seems to be the most popular with the guys. So that may be why the guys find it better. It's because they have the longer grip here, and it fits a bigger hand.
Those finger grooves were nice on that one.
You like the Taurus better as far as the texture?
Like yes, I do like those finger grooves, actually.
Okay. All right. We'll let you put it in there. I forgot to ask you, so once you go ahead. What do you think about the sights? Throw it up and point it. Is it pointable to you? Does the sights line up?
Yes. Yes.
Real easy to line up the sights?
Yes, these are easier to line up than that, I think.
Awesome. That's some great input. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Just take your time. Put 5 rounds on this target. Yes, ma'am. On the second.
Okay.
She's shooting another IDPA target. Perfect. Take your time. Focus on nothing but focus on breaking the trigger clean. Awesome. One more. Wow. I'm gonna say that gun pointed really well for her. Locked open on the last round. She's got 5 rounds in the size of about 2.5 inches. So this is one of the smallest ones on the table. This is a SIG 365. This is one of the most expensive ones on the table. This one retails around $550, but I've been seeing them for about $500. It comes with a night sight and a high-vis front sight. The high-vis front sight really helps kind of draw your eye towards that front sight. The controls are extended. The trigger is curved for comfort. SIG is a high-end pistol, and you can feel the difference, or I can. The texturing is really rough, and this is what you'd call high-capacity subcompact, because with the regular with the extra mags that you have to buy separately, you can get 12 rounds in there, but I'm allowing her to shoot her today with the one that comes with it with the pink extension, so it fits 10 rounds. So I'll let Miss Kathy handle it and see what she thinks about this one. I'm sorry, let me lock it open for you.
Oh, this one feels very different.
Real good? Mm-hmm. She says real good, so what feels real good about it?
Well, to me, it's not as big, and I go for the smaller.
Yes, I know you're a fan of the smaller guns, and this is a 9mm, and it's probably as small as your 380.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's probably why it felt so comfortable at the start, because it's so close to the size of that one. Correct. And my hands are not real large, my fingers aren't real long, so I like that smaller.
Awesome. Pull the trigger if you want to, and just feel that trigger. It's a little different.
That is different.
So it's very different from all the ones on the table. It kind of comes, and then it feels almost like there's some kind of padding that the striker is hitting, like it's padded instead of just like a strike.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. So it's very different, but it shoots very well. Okay. So go ahead and load up.
Okay.
Take your time. You can stand here behind the table if you want to. She's shooting about a 1.5 feet further back than the other guns, so keep that in mind. I think she'll still do well on the trigger. Oops. Oh, just a little anticipation. Go ahead and rack it again. The mag's not seated.
Oh, no, it's
I'm
not.
sorry. I should have been watching. That's my bad. Don't worry about that. We'll edit all that. It still didn't lock. So that's a concern. That's something that I hadn't run into, and that's why we're using a new shooter. She's tried to hit this thing a couple times, and it's very hard to see. So just keep that in mind for you guys that maybe have arthritis or don't have a lot of grip strength. This one was hard to load. Now you can alleviate that. It's still though, you've been handling the rest of them perfect. So I'm going to say that's a little small problem for this one. But you can alleviate that by leaving 1 round down. Instead of loading 10 rounds in the mag, if you load 9 rounds in the mag, that spring will have less tension and allow you to seat that mag easier. Okay, Miss Kathy.
So can I drop it and put it back in?
Yes.
Okay.
You got to do it yourself, huh?
I do.
Amen. Did you get it seated?
I had to do it twice.
Okay.
Okay.
So she can do it. Not a problem. She just didn't realize it wasn't seated.
That is harder to rack.
It's harder to rack. See, I didn't even notice that. That's great input. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Go ahead. Take your time. Great. Good shot. Take your time. Squeeze trigger. One more. I'm going to say right now, let me go ahead and take it from you, because I think it still has some rounds in there. I'm going to go ahead and clear just to talk about it for just a minute. She has shot more accurate with this one than any gun on the table so far. Now, immediately when she touched this gun, she said, this gun feels better. It pointed well. I think the high-vis, what did you think about the high-vis?
I like that.
Does that make a difference to you?
I think it did.
Okay. So this gun, you pay for premium price, but you have the premium features. Really impressed with this gun. You guys have been following me, know I've shot it and I really like it. Next up on the table is a bone stock Glock 43. This is by far the most popular one we have come through our class, next to the Glock 19. So there's no texturing, it's a little more slick. It comes with its factory U-notch in the rear and a white dot in the front. The trigger, she's gonna be familiar with because it's a Glock. And I know many of you say, well, she's already shot this gun a lot, or a gun like it a lot, so she's gonna do well with it. But I think you'll see it's pretty consistent. As long as you follow the fundamentals and do your job as a shooter, most of them will be pretty consistent. So your first thoughts on this one, and you're familiar with it, so just speak plainly, whatever you think. Now that you've had the chance to compare it against other guns.
I actually like it not being as rough textured as this one, to be honest.
So she's talking about the Taurus was a little rough for her, her taste. Anything else?
I like the weight.
The weights, it's really light.
Not too heavy.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, that's something I wouldn't have even thought about.
Now that one pulls smooth to me.
This one's a smoother trigger.
Yeah.
It's like I said, that's a premium gun. It's gonna have a nice, good feel.
Difference.
Okay. All right. Just whenever you're ready. We're on the third ITBA target. She's gonna take her time, just put 5 rounds. Just focus on the trigger. Once you get everything lined up, focus. Your job's to squeeze the trigger. Take your time, squeeze. One more. By far the most accurate gun she has shot with. She does have the experience with it, and it just goes to prove why Glock is such a hit, and I think they've got a bigger hit on the table here coming up soon. One of the most reliable guns, I can say that this has been the most reliable gun we've ever had through our classes. I've been teaching civilian, we've been teaching civilian about 7 years, but I've been teaching overall about 20 years, and this has been one of the most reliable guns, right up there with the Glock 19 that I have ever seen. All right, Miss Kathy, you are shooting really good. I'm glad I'm not shooting against you right now because I think she beat me hands down. Okay, now this is something that we do recommend at T3. Gunshot residue has textured the grip. So you take that gun that she shot so well and you texture the grip, and then he's polished, and the trigger.
Well, I'll be honest, when I was looking at it, I didn't think I would like it.
Really?
But I do like that texture.
You do like that texture?
Yes.
It gives you a little more assurance that you've got a hold of it. Okay.
It really does.
I'm gonna go this way because you're blinding yourself every time you look that way.
Okay.
All right, just take your time and pull the trigger and tell me what your first thoughts on it.
It's smooth.
A lot smoother. So would you say, is it smooth or less smooth than the SIG? Because you commented on the SIG.
It's
You want to try it?
yeah.
Go ahead.